On this episode of Sports Paws, the field hockey team faced off against two MAC opponents. Find out how they made out.
The men's ice hockey team took on Arizona State. How did they do? You'll find out.
Plus, the women's soccer team is fighting for a playoff spot. How'd they fare against Canisius on the road? We'll let you know.
And who could forget everybody's favorite, including mine, the top 5 plays of the week. Sports Paws starts right now. Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Sports Paws. I'm Paul Caracciolo.
And I'm Reagan Martin. We have a jam-packed show for you tonight. Let's begin with the field hockey team, who played 2 big MAC games this week against Sacred Heart and Siena. Now let's take it to Yale, where Quinnipiac traveled to face off against Sacred Heart. Let's take it to the end of the first half, where we see number 6, Lauren Lawson, going down the field. Megan Conaboy playing aggressive, coming out, taking her out. Let's take a look at that again. In the air she goes. That gives Sacred Heart their second corner, where they take advantage of this. They pass it out to number 14, Nicole DeBoski. Passes it to number 13, Nicole Tolley. Goes in for the goal. Now Quinnipiac with a corner, taking it from number 4, Angie King. Passing it to number 10, Megan McCullen, who is then takes a shot, tipped by number 8, Lily Shimo. Now we'll go to Sacred Heart. DeBoski again, scoring from the perimeter. Let's take a look at this. Beautiful shot here, going right in. They didn't stand a chance. Sacred Heart leads 2-1. Now, number 15, Haley Schwartz, shoots, misses high. This goes to the heavens. It is so high, there was no chance I was even going close to it. Now we'll take it to number 10, Megan McCullen. Passing it to number 4, Angie King. Look at this, beautiful shot in. Now that it's tied 2-2. Now it's overtime with 8 minutes left. Number 6, Megan Oshtanek passes it to number 8, Lily Shimo, in front of the goal. Look at this. Beautiful goal, being aggressive and putting in when it needs to. Overtime win for Quinnipiac, 3-2. Let's now take it to Becca Main and see what she has to say about this overtime win.
I'm elated by the character. I think a game like this is about character, it's about emotion. When you play in the MAC, it's about who shows up. And I really thought Sacred Heart showed up 80% of the game and really had more of the emotion, more of the step to the ball. And for us, it was a matter of adjusting and then fine-tuning what we're going to do with our emotions.
The field hockey team then hosted the 3rd-seeded Siena Saints on Sunday. The two teams were tied 2-2 going into the second half after goals from QU players Savannah Riley and Felicia Costanzo. 6 minutes into the second half, though, the Bobcats will take the lead with a second goal from Costanzo. Dana Barlow gave the team a comfortable 4-2 lead later in the game. The Bobcats went on to finish the game 4-2 and continued to be undefeated in MAC play with a 3-0 record.
Last Thursday, Quinnipiac's men's ice hockey played Arizona State University at the High Point Solution Arena. This is the inaugural year for the Arizona State hockey team program while playing at the Division I level. So far, the Sun Devils hold a 2-4 record, playing against Arizona, Alaska Fairbanks, Alaska Anchorage, while also making a trip to Connecticut and playing Sacred Heart, Yukon, and Quinnipiac. The Sun Devils are coached by Greg Powers, who enters his sixth season at his helm. Now let's take a look at this game. We'll have Arizona State at the High Point Solution Arena. We'll take it into the first period, where we have number 12, Thomas Aldworth, taking it down the ice, passing against the blue line, taking a shot. Look at this. Top shelf, bar down, first goal for Quinnipiac. Let's take it to number 91, Garrett Peterson. Now open ice, looks for the shot, though we have Garteg there to stop it. Now we'll take it to the other end of the ice. We'll see great cycling by Quinnipiac here. Devin Taves tries to take a shot. It's blocked, but Sam Annis is there to pass it back to St. Denis. Shoots, and a great save by ASU goalie. Now we'll take it to the second period. We have number 26, Travis St. Dennis, sending it to the front of the net for Sam Annis. Again, great save by ASU goalie. He's on fire at this point. We'll have number 14, Derek Smith, passing to number 12, Thomas Aldworth. Second goal of the game for him is now 2-0 Quinnipiac. Now we'll see Soren Janssen faking a shot, passing it to St. Denis, and beautiful goal by him, 3-0 Quinnipiac. Now we'll see in the third period, Sam Annis getting 3 defenders, taking a quick shot though and getting it around them. Great goal by him. And then here again, we'll see a little shot by Sam Annis, but they'll cycle it around again. And then here's a shot, miss. We have Landon Smith try to baseball swing it in, but that's a high stick, no goal for them. And then we'll see Devin Taves take a shot and give it to St. Denis, who puts it in for the goal. And that leaves them 5-0.
So it's always nice to see the game expanding, and because usually the guys in the South don't really get the reputation for made hockey hotbeds like places in the Northeast and Minnesota, stuff like that. So I'd like to see it expand and happen.
The latest USCHpoll.com poll was released this Monday afternoon. North Dakota still ranked number 1 in the country, while Nebraska-Omaha switched with Providence to take the second spot, bumping Providence back down to 3rd. Quinnipiac jumps from 17th to 14th after its 5-0 win over Arizona State. 4 other teams represented the ECAC in the polls. Harvard comes in at 9th, Yale at 13th, St. Lawrence at 17th, and Union following in 18th. Quinnipiac will face off against the Maine this Tuesday, and will host St. Cloud State in 2 games this weekend.
Now from the ice to the field, we got Manhattan going up against Quinnipiac. Quinnipiac fresh off that Monmouth win on senior night, big win. And we're going to go to the first half. It's Jenny Bitzer. She's going to kick it in the box, looking for Erica Medina, but Talia Grotzky's there to make the save. Now into the second half, Amanda Barkalow dribbles down. She's going to kick it in the box, but Jenny Bitzer's there to knock it out wide. Bitzer, very busy, very good game. Almost the same play. Amanda Barco goes, she's going to cross in the box looking for Nightingale, but Bitzer again knocks it out wide. It remains 0-0. We go to overtime. It's free soccer. Jess Fontaine now has that. She's going to take a ripper off the post, but she's going to come back to Kelly Caruso. She's there ready. She's going to take a missile, but it goes wide. The ball just doesn't bounce their way. Now it's Erica Mundena. She's coming down. She's going to pick her spot, drill it, upper 90, 1-0. That's also the game. Manhattan takes this one from the Bobcats. The women's soccer team traveled to Buffalo, New York to take on the Canisius Golden Griffins. The action started in the second half where Jess Gargan, the 25-yard shot, gave Quinnipiac a 1-0 lead. Just 8 minutes into the second stanza. Less than 20 minutes later, freshman sensation Nadia Gill scored her 5th goal of the season to make it 2-0 Bobcats. Quinnipiac kept pushing the envelope late in the game where Sharkay Norton scored her 1st goal of her career just under 15 minutes to play to put the score 3-0.
Taking a look at the current MAC standings, Monmouth is in 1st place with 21 points, followed by Manhattan with 17. Ryder, Niagara, and Marist are right behind them, with Jasper and Siena and Quinnipiac fighting for the final playoff spot. The Bobcats currently sit 7th, just 1 point behind the Saints for that covered postseason berth. Canisius, Fairfield, Iona, and St. Peter's round out the conference standings. Quinnipiac has 3 games to go in the regular season, with its next match at Fairfield at 7.
All right, we're going to take a short break, but when we return, Q30's own John Franklin sits down with women's soccer forward Jess Fontaine.
And we will take a look at the women's soccer team's vast improvement from the 2014-2015 season. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome to A Sheer Sensation, North Haven's premier cosmetology service, located at 140 Washington Avenue, minutes from Hamden. We offer an array of services, from basic cuts and colors to lash extensions and formaldehyde-free keratin treatments. We also provide hair chalk and styling for men. When you spend $60, your Q card will get you 10% off. Call us at 203-239-6477 to make your next appointment at A Sheer Sensation.
We are your source for entertainment news.
My name is Doug Thoreau. For nearly 90 years, 3 generations of my family have been providing the highest quality repair service. Insurance companies will refer car owners to lesser quality shops to save money. At Thoreau Auto Body, we provide the highest quality repairs with a lifetime guarantee to maintain the safety and value of your car. That's the quality you deserve. Thoreau Auto Body, our best work goes unnoticed.
Welcome to Joya Spa and Salon in Hamden. Whether you want a new look or the perfect wedding day hair, come to us for complete hair and nail care. Cuts, styles, updos, extensions, and beautiful dimensional hair color, as well as manis and pedis, acrylics, gels, and shellac. Treat yourself to a facial, a peel, or microdermabrasion. Relax with a variety of massage techniques, including Swedish and hot stone massage. Joya Spa and Salon. Call today.
Welcome back to Sports Paws. We have John Franklin in the studio sitting down with women's soccer forward Jess Fontaine. John?
I'm here with Quinnipiac women's soccer player Jess Fontaine. Jess, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Well, you know, Jess, let's start out with the fact, congratulations, you just got named Athlete of the Month.
Thank you.
That's an amazing accomplishment. Now, what have you done, you think, personally, to achieve this goal as a player of the women's soccer team?
I think it's more of a team achievement. I wouldn't have scored those goals or gotten the assists or anything without my team, so it's a team effort.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. And, you know, going off the team, you get a big win at Canisius this past game, 3-0, put you to 7-7 on the season. What do you think has made the biggest difference or the biggest impact from last year to this year?
I think the chemistry this year, on and off the field, it's like 100 times better than it was last year, and it really helps when we play like tough teams or whatever. We just know where each other is going to be, and it just clicks.
Now, do you think that the freshmen, you know, coming in, you thought the chemistry might have been a little down this year? Were you surprised at the chemistry being so high up?
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult with 13 freshmen coming in. You're not sure how they're going to react to college with school and soccer and being overwhelmed, but they've handled it really well, and it's worked out.
Now, you yourself, you come in, you're a junior this year, so you have to assume a new leadership role you're not really used to, your freshman and sophomore year. How did you kind of come into that role?
I mean, just being a leader like on the field, just getting the freshmen through the hard struggles of classes in school, but also encouraging them on the field, like when they're not having their best game, or just picking them up when they're down.
Now, you talked about chemistry already, and, you know, you seem to be at the right place at the right time a lot of the time. You know, you scored 4 goals, you have 5 assists on the season, and 1 big assist to freshman Nadia Gill in the Monmouth game most recently for a game winner. What have you done to prepare yourself to be in a certain situation, right place, right time like that?
I honestly don't know. I think it just kind of happens. I don't know, I just feel like I'm at the right place at the right time. Sometimes it's just luck.
It's just, okay, I understand.
I guess. I don't know.
Yep. Now, you're 1 point out of a playoff spot for the MAC tournament. That's, you know, very intense, very big games coming up. You got 3, 2 on the road, Fairfield and Iona, and you have 1 big one, last game of the year against Siena. How are you going to prepare for those games?
Well, the past 4 games we've been playing really well. We're playing hard. And so going into these next 3 games, we need to keep playing how we have been and performing and producing scoring opportunities, and we should be fine.
Now, how has Coach Clark prepared you for, like, you know, the mindset going into these next 3 games? Because obviously it's not easy on some young players like the freshmen, the 13 freshmen coming into it.
Yeah, I mean, he pretty much told us that it's all in our control. We have it right at the tip of our hands. It's just however we perform on the given day, and it should work.
Now, what are your expectations for this year's tournament, if you were to make it?
I think we're like at the 5th or 6th, so we'd be playing the 3rd or 4th team. So obviously getting a win on the road, and then hopefully making it to the semis and so on.
Oh, well, Jess, thank you for your time. Thank you for being here. Now let's send it back to the desk with Paul Caracciolo and Reagan Martin.
Thank you, John, and thank you, Jess, for joining us. Now, from women's soccer to men's soccer, this certainly hasn't been the dream season Eric DaCosta and the men's soccer team were looking for. Injuries and loss of great players like Borja Aguida and Michael Baker have the Bobcats at 0-7-4 on the season. Looking for their first win of the season, the Bobcats travel to Riverdale, New York to take on the Manhattan Jaspers. This time out, Quinnipiac would come away with 3 points, a 3rd-minute goal from freshman Matt Taylor, and a late strike from senior Nick Lezowitz has the Bobcats up 2-0 for the 2-0 win.
Just a quick look back in time at the women's soccer. The improvement from last year is noticeable. The team has improved from a 3-13-1 record to a 7-7 record. They also improved their shots per game from 9.3 to 12.8. This improvement led them to have one of the biggest improvements of all, which can be found in their goals per game, which they improved from 0.65 to 1.71.
And unlike the women's team, the men's team is trending in the wrong direction. The team's roster drastically differs from last year. The problem seems to lie within the team's goal differential with 4 games left to play. The team has already given up more goals than they did last year. While the defense has had its issues, the offense hasn't been much better. The offense hasn't produced half of the goals they did last year, which is surprising considering their shots per game is greater than their shots per game from last year. So obviously finishing has been a problem for the team this year.
Last Saturday night, Quinnipiac women's ice hockey played against Western, a Canadian school, in an exhibition game that was scoreless until the 3rd period when Western scored, and Quinnipiac answered with a goal by junior Megan Turner. The game ended in a 1-1 tie. The next game for the Bobcats will be home against Yale on October 24th.
And when we come back, Sierra Goodwill sits down with women's cross country runner Katey Veron on this week's edition of Meet the Bobcats.
And as always, we'll give you the top 5 plays of the week. Don't go anywhere.
I could really go for a Ray and Mike's sub right now.
Come to Ray and Mike's and try our Philly chicken and cheese for just over $4. Giant cheesesteak subs and mouth-watering boar's head sandwiches for as low as $4.75. Q-Cash accepted just a mile down the road on Whitney, here at Ray and Mike's.
Laser Medica Derma Centers is a new philosophy in skincare for all ages. We are dedicated to offering the most technologically advanced and least invasive skincare treatments. Show your Q card and receive 20% off any procedure. We also provide microdermabrasion and Botox treatments, all performed in a relaxing spa environment. We are conveniently located at 52 Washington Avenue in North Haven, just down the street from Quinnipiac's North Haven campus. Call to schedule a free consultation and find out how Laser Medica can give you smooth, sexy skin all year long.
Welcome back to Sports Paws. Now we'll send it off to Sierra Goodwill for another episode of Meet the Bobcats.
So you've been competing in triathlon since you were 14 years old. What got you started with that?
Well, I've been swimming since I was 6, and then I started running on the cross-country team when I was in 8th grade. And from then, I stopped playing basketball, and so I thought that it was a good middle of continuing swimming and running.
How'd you prepare yourself for like the cycling aspect of triathlons?
I actually did a lot of spinning classes with my sister. So it was a fun way to get all my family members involved.
Did you ever see yourself pursuing swimming in college instead of running?
At one point I did, but eventually I thought that I would be better at running.
So you're from New York, not too far away. What brought you to Quinnipiac? Was it the team or was something else the deal breaker for you?
Well, actually, because it has a 6-year PT program here, so it's mostly on the Northeast.
You said physical therapy is your major. What do you see yourself doing after you graduate? Like, what's your dream job?
Well, hopefully I'm able to get an internship in Colorado at the Olympic Training Center. So that's like my goal, but most likely I'm going to work in pediatrics.
Awesome. So do you plan on competing in triathlons post-graduation?
Of course. Hopefully I'll get good enough to go more pro and start running with the elites.
So what's your training like for triathlon? Like on the day of the race, what does your day look like?
Well, I normally have to get up really, really early, like 3 o'clock, because it's mostly, I live on Long Island, so it's usually out in Suffolk County, so it's quite a drive. But they usually start around 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning, so it's a full day event. Just go swimming, biking, running, so.
Do you have a favorite event?
I would say swimming.
Swimming?
Yeah, it's just a little bit tough in the beginning because everyone's running into the water at the same time. But eventually, once you just get out there, it's a nice swim.
What goes into your training before the race?
Before I compete, because I'm on the cross-country team, I have to train during the summer, so I have to, of course, run more than instead of training for a triathlon. But I'm also a lifeguard, so I swim a mile a day, and then the biking I do with my sister.
How long of a run is it in the triathlon?
It depends on which one. There's 3 different types. There's sprint, Olympic, and the Ironman. The sprint triathlon, it's a half-a-mile swim, about a 9-mile bike, and a 5K run. And the Olympic, which I've also done, it's pretty much double it. So it's a mile swim, it's a marathon as a bike, and it's a 10K run.
Do you have a preference?
The sprint triathlon is good in the beginning, but hopefully I'll be able to start doing more Olympic distance.
Thank you, Sierra. We're going to go right to the pitch where women's rugby took on Central Washington, the Wildcats, versus the Bobcats. Battle of the feline. Let's get it started in the first half. Central Washington already up 7-0 when Samantha Pinson, she's going to dive in from the 2-yard line here for the try. Kick is good. Central Washington's going to go up 14-0. Now it's QU. It's Alona Mayer. She's going to end up breaking 3 tackles. That's right, in the second half. She breaks 3 tackles, runs it all the way in for the try. She cuts the deficit, 14-5. The kick was no good. Central Washington now with a funky play. They're going to fumble their own ball, recover it, and then bring it in for a try. They're going to extend it now, 26-5 after the kick was good. Now here we go, QU Flora Poole. She's going to run straight past the defense, throw in a stiff arm right out of the defender. She wants this one, you can tell. She runs in, crosses the plane. That's a try. She's going to cut it now, 26-12. But now here's another weird play. We got Alona Marr. She's going to have the ball, and she's going to try to toss it back. But that is intercepted by Central Washington, who's going to run it all the way back. She's going to keep it going, legs still turning. Can she make it? Not just quite, but she's going to toss it back. And Central Washington's going to end up getting that ending try, and that'll seal the deal. Central Washington 33, Quinnipiac 12. Becky Carlson, what do you got to say about this one?
You know, this is going to be one of those learning games for us, and we're grateful to play teams like Central Washington to be able to pick out what exactly it is that we need to work on, and then kind of sharpen our strengths and figure out our weaknesses. We just didn't take advantage of the opportunities that they gave us. They're a solid, technical, and fundamental team, and they did the things right that they needed to. In the middle of the field, certainly, we were trying to anticipate those offloads, and we just didn't hit them low enough in the tackle, and they broke through a couple times, and they deserved those tries for sure. But definitely the things we'll work on is that collective effort of being at the rucks, and they got the best of us several times in the rucks.
The women's volleyball team's struggles continued Wednesday, falling to Marist 3-1. The Bobcats were led by Katey Veron, who had 16 kills. The Bobcats are now 2-17 overall and 1-7 in MAC play.
The women's volleyball team fell to Iona Saturday in straight sets of 25-19, 25-23, and 25-23 again. Junior Katie Veron and Jen Coffey led the team with 12 kills, and Elizabeth Kloos had 5 blocks in the loss.
It was a historic day for the women's golf team Monday as John O'Connor's team won the 2015 Delaware State Invitational. The Bobcats shot a 336 in the final round to edge out Fairfield by 8 strokes. It's just the Bobcats' second tournament win in program history. Freshman Luciana Tobaya finished tied for first place with a first day score of 78 and a second day score of 81. Julia Kemmeling, Nicole Scola, and Jen Whaley, Abby Chase, and Emily Ribbons rounded out the scoring for Quinnipiac. The next match for the Bobcat is next week as Quinnipiac competes in St. John's Invitational.
Over the weekend, the men and women's tennis team took on the University of Hartford and St. Peter's. The men's team defeated both teams 7-0. The women's team defeated Hartford 6-1 and St. Peter's 7-0. Bobcats take on Dartmouth in New Hampshire next weekend.
Now,
that does it. Now we're going on to this week's top 5 plays.
that's my favorite part. I know it's yours. How about I take the odds and you take the evens, Reagan? We're going to start it off with number 5. We're going to field hockey. It's Megan Convoy coming out against Sienna. She's going to say, no, this is my goal. Takes out the forward, and that goes wide. What a save.
Now number 4, we'll take it. Erica Modena from Manhattan. Beautiful shot and overtime win. Look at that, right into the back of the net. No chance, win for them.
You saw number 3 earlier. It's ASU goalie Rylan Pashovitz. He does his best to Kembe Mutombo. No, not today, as he saves the shot off Sam Annis.
Now number 2, Lily Shimo coming in, going down. Look at that goal, overtime goal. Being aggressive in front, that's how you get them. That's a great overtime win for them.
Now number 1, Thomas Aldsworth, the freshman sensation. You saw this one earlier too. He makes a move on a defender and gets down ice. He picks out his spot and boom, hits the corner. Selly, son, you're on a 3-game point streak. Now that's all we have for this week's episode of Sports Paws, but before we let you go, we're going to check out the top 5 plays in Quinnipiac sports.
We already did that though,
So instead, we're just going to sign off because this has been a great episode, and this one's in the books. So thanks for making my first episode a special one, Reagan.
Always my pleasure. Thank you, Paul, and same to you. It was a great time, Paul.
Visit us on our website, q30sports.com.
Don't forget to follow us. Until the next time, I'm Reagan Martin.
I'm Paul Caracciolo.
Good night.